What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So I haven't had a chance, just to kind of cut to the chase, I haven't had a chance to fully make this LUNC prop. Like, it's not an official LUNC prop right now, and it will be. I plan on releasing something, but I just need the time to write everything up, make sure it's worded correctly, because if something like this isn't worded correctly, it will be guaranteed not to pass, guaranteed to have a bunch of different no votes. And I have a success rate now of LUNC proposals that are 100% because I passed the buy button, but it was just very difficult to fully implement that. I mean, technically we could still do that, and that's kind of a part of this as well. But I I know that I have 100%, so I want to kind of remain at 100%. And I know this is going to be a difficult proposal to guarantee that you're going to be at that 100% level. Now, just to preface everything, I was right about a bunch of things. Saying that the overall volume wouldn't decrease because of the tax that we had there. It was going to decrease because of the lack of staking, right? Because you had the staking and there's not going to be as much once you hit a certain level. I was right about not really focusing on utility and trying to focus on the burning side of it and decreasing that supply. I was right in many different places, right? So I just want to preface this by saying that because I feel as though with this, I'm also right here. And if we can all agree, bring all of our heads together, understand the good parts of this, and understand what some people may believe are the bad parts of this, we can fight all of these different things and do these. And we can put if scenarios or if statements within the proposal just in case. Like if we get to a point where we know that the volume will decrease and it will continue to decrease, or the supply will decrease, and we don't need the last part of it, then we can do that. So let's put in that if statement or if scenario into the proposal as well. So that's really what I want to do, is kind of work through this. But this proposal, no one wants to pass it. No one wants to go through and see any of these things that are happening. Maybe some of them, but not all of them, I'll tell you that. So guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon, those links are also in the description. And just to let you guys know, we did reach our goal on the amount that we needed deposited into Kraken in order to get to that level of 100 coins. So we're going to be making these purchases of, I think, 60 more coins because we currently have 40, and we're just going to be buying different projects so that we can see what the benefits are as we get closer and closer to the bull run, or we go through the bull run and see what we can profit on. Because I would love to be able to take smaller profit, take some of that profit, see maybe something within the chart as something did move, and then sell that, put it into another one, and just continue to move things around as things are getting valuable. Unless you want me to hold it there and keep the value in what you have in those positions, because maybe you just want to see how far they will go. Let me know. But anyways, let's take some time to talk about Terra Luna Classic. Now, first, let's look at what it is. Currently, it's at about 62.22, 62.22, down about 3.6%. We're seeing the volume that's at $18.9 million, $361 million market cap, with that supply that we are focusing on. Whether you're looking at the 5.8 or 6.8, you have trillions of supply that's left if you look at the bottom of the screen that's there. Now, we want to see that entire supply that's burning down. I can guarantee that there's probably 70, 80, maybe even 90% of people that are out there that are invested in Terra Luna Classic, watch Terra Luna Classic, that understand that burning down the supply is the major benefit that we would see in order to get this to $1 or 20 or all-time highs. So how do we do that? Well, the 1.2% tax was established, and all of the different history that happened with that and everything that was focused on utility and all of that stuff that's there. Fill in all the blanks. Let's focus on what I have on paper. This is the proposal, and it's just an outline of it that will not pass, right? And no one will vote yes for this proposal. Maybe a couple of people will, but just because they understand where I'm coming from and maybe how right I have been throughout this last year, from starting with Terra Luna Classic, picking it up before everybody else, all the way up to understanding the popularity and what we really needed to focus on. Now, there were other things that were in between there that really weren't in my control at all, and we probably did need to do, but I didn't have an opinion on. But this is what we have here. So obviously I want to focus on burning the supply, and every single scenario that we have, every single thing that we do should burn the supply. We should be willing to give up something, right? Anything. It should be not everything, but a big portion of what we have and what we're gaining. We should be able to give up that, right? So the 1.2% tax would be on basically buying and selling. If you already bought yours, then you don't really need to worry about that. That would be the end goal. And when you do take your profit, it would be 1.2% that goes towards burning the supply if it was on chain, or even if it was on exchanges. Now, this is a number that varies. I had it at 0.6, which is half of what the 1.2 is, just to give them an incentive to do that. But we can also deal with it at 1%. If we can get them to agree on that, we can get them at 1%. They'll have their fee, and then they'll still be lower than what the on-chain tax is. So you'll still have that incentive to trade on exchanges, unless you obviously have the lower fee in some of the pro versions of these exchanges, which we'll have to deal with those numbers as well. So then you have 25% mandatory stake burn, where I feel like just having that stake amount that we're gaining, it's free money or free LUNC. So we should take a portion of that and automatically stake it. That should be mandatory. It should be standard. And then you should be able to request if you want to do any more, because there's a lot of community members that want to do more. Also, you have NFT burn. So any NFTs that are created, any projects that are created, you would see those burn. Swap burns, you would see those. The buy button would create a little bit more volume on the Terra Station wallet or the Station wallet. However, we could potentially use liquidity from Binance and Kraken and other places, I guess, that would be willing to do it, in order to have that buy button go through there, so we can use their liquidity. And essentially we're using their coins in order to do it, going through their process to easily do that. And if they could find a way to set that up, that would be fantastic. So that's something that could happen, but we would have to have that communication. Again, we have to establish that communication. Exchange benefits. What I want to do with this is lay out the benefits and what the exchanges would get, so that they were willing to do the 1% exchange burn, as well as, have the buy button established on Binance's liquidity and Kraken's liquidity. Then we understand the reserve portion of it, how we get to the reserve, how we build up the reserve, what level do we need the reserve at. Whether it's in Bitcoin or Ethereum or something that's worth multiple billions of dollars, well over what Terra Luna Classic is worth, well over what USTC is worth as well. Obviously, find exchange contacts has to be a portion of all of this, because it all depends on making those contacts. And then the last portion, which I believe is what a lot of people don't want to happen, would be the 1-for-10 reverse split. Now, I would put in like some sort of what if scenario. Like if we get to a point where we feel as though we exhausted all efforts and we feel as though it's going to take another 5 years to burn down that 100 billion down to 10 billion or 1 billion or something like that, then we can go and do that reverse split to just take 1 0 away from all of us and just eat that. Right. And yes, you wouldn't be able to gain whatever that 1 0 is. So if you have, let's say, 50 million, it would bring you down to 5 million, meaning that you would only get $5 million in the end, when you see it at $1. Or if you see the end at a lot further than that, then you can get a lot higher than that. Or if you have 5 million now, it would bring you down to 500,000 coins. But it would bring up that potential, right? It would bring up the price ceiling and the ability to get to the level that we need to get to. This definitely needs to happen for USTC. No offense to anybody that holds USTC, but that, held by whales and, big holders and all of that stuff, I feel as though that needs to happen, which would honestly bring down the price of it, so you can use Terra Luna Classic in order to really fund that repeg a little bit more and build that reserve up as well. So I feel like all of this has to be bundled together. All of this has to be, in one proposal, because it's either an all or none pass. But I feel as though we need to have some sort of what ifs. Like, if this happens, this is what we do. If this doesn't happen, this is what we do. Because we need to be prepared for the worst. We need to be prepared for the best and everything in between. And I think with this proposal, once it is created, I really hope that I can get around to doing that. And I want to like take time. Maybe I'll take 10 hours and just live stream the whole entire thing where we are creating the whole thing. I would love to do that. But again, I would need 10 hours. So anyways, let me know what you think about this. I know there's a lot of people that just aren't fans of it, but open your mind a little bit. Just open the doors just a little bit and understand where we're coming from. I know you're not happy about losing any of your position and you'll vote it down every single day of the week, but like just try not to. Try to understand where we're coming from and add constructive criticism rather than just saying it'll never work. Give me your opinion as to, why it wouldn't work, and then we can try and like find a way to meet in the middle and understand, give you an understanding of why, maybe it would work, and hear other perspectives on why they believe it would work. Businesses do a reverse split for a reason, right? And it works. Yes, it does create negativity, but the business survives, right? And that's what we care about, is about the popularity surviving, about the coin surviving, about the project and overall chain surviving. So if we can get there, isn't that a success to all of us? But honestly, I think it's about you having $1 million versus 500,000, or $1 million versus 800,000, right? You want that extra money when it may not even be at that level, right? If we don't find a way to decrease that supply and recover the chain, recover what it once was, then we may not even see the levels that you're trying to fight against. We may not see the 500,000 or 800,000 for you because we might not have that support to continue forward. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I know I'll just stop it here because I can continue forever. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.